Part 3 of Parashat Chukat, and here I would like to get a little bit personal. It is Pride Month. It is absolutely wonderful that progressive Jewish communities and other faith communities across the world with a progressive nature are celebrating Pride and marking it, and celebrating, more importantly, celebrating the LGBTQ people within their communities and putting them at the top of the community to say, you are valued, you are part of our community, and we love you. This is important. So thank you to Birkat Shalom that invited me to do the drasha this week. I did my usual and overstudied for it. I think I read about 30 pages and listened to 20 podcasts so that I would have an idea of what I wanted to talk about. So thank you, and thank you for celebrating Pride with me and with us. I'd like to talk about my own journey a little bit. Now, as I said, I will be posting something about Reform Progressive Judaism. I grew up a Reform Progressive Jew. Okay, in a family where this was the pillar of our faith. Acceptance, understanding, equality were part of what I was taught and what I was brought up with. So, when it came for time for me to come out, it actually was a non-issue. And I'd like to compare that to having water. And having Miriam. Miriam also can mean to lift, laharim, to lift. I was coming out into a community that lifted me, that gave me not only validation, but gave me a place and gave me respect, honor, and love. So coming out for me was not an issue. Still isn't an issue. It was almost a non-event coming in the community that I came from. It was like having living water. And remember, water is a human right. And when we are deprived of our rights, it feels like we are deprived of water, of living water. I was not deprived of this water. I was given the support and love that I needed by people around me. Now, this doesn't mean that I haven't experienced small bits of homophobia through my life, but having that basis of a family and of a kibbutz community and having Reform Judaism deep in my heart and soul meant that it was not a traumatic experience for me. It was not, and for that I am eternally grateful. I'd like to talk about the other theme of this parasha, which was death, mourning, and grief. And I would like to point out that for some people, coming out of the closet, accepting who they are, is a process of grief. It is a process of loss, and it can be a very, very traumatic experience. These are people who have been deprived their rights and have been deprived the Mayim Chaim, which is the water, the living water that they needed in order to flower, to thrive. People say, there is a commentary that says that water is to the body and to the soil like the Torah is to the soul. It saddens me that people of faith and of religions have rejected people because of their sexuality or because of their gender identification, or for struggles in that area that are misunderstood. They are rejected from families, they are rejected from communities. And these are communities that profess to love thy neighbour as yourself. It's something I don't understand. So I'd like to point out that when a person experiences that oppression, and we're seeing it across a few other communities at the minute, when a person experiences that deep loss, that deep grievance, you'll find that they might not be that polite. They might not be that polite about it or apologetic or kind, and they might strike out by hitting a rock to say, here, these are my rights, this is what I need, help me. And I would like to call out to all of you, if you see this call for help from an LBGT brother, cousin, neighbour, Facebook friend, if you see the striking of the rock, which can be a Facebook post, a very stark, strong Facebook post of, everybody's awful, everybody's terrible, I'm having a terrible time, an outburst of that nature. If you see it, if you hear it, give that person living water. Living water is a way of saying, I hear you, I see you, you deserve to be. And this way we might not see, or will see less of people who are losing community, losing love, getting withdrawn from people, and in worst case scenarios, people who lose themselves, lose their own lives because people won't accept them, can't understand them, and they just cannot continue to live like this. So I think our responsibility is to hear these people and to give them Mayim Chaim, which is the water of life. And as you all know, without water there is no rainbows. So happy Pride Month, everybody. Shavua Tov, have a good week and travel safe. Thank you.